I'm a traffic operator. I marshal all the trains up and push all the wagons into their sidings and do all the paperwork.
For a railwayman, there is one real fear, the fear of hitting someone on the line. For Wayne, May the 9th, 1991 was an awful day, a day he'll never forget.
When we came out of Avondale, there was two little boys playing on the track on a curb. The driver, he didn't see him, but the assistant driver saw him, but it was too late. One died 4 hours later, and one was in a coma for about 2 weeks, roughly 2 weeks. And that hurt, that did. I couldn't sleep for about 3 or 4 nights just thinking about it.
One of those boys survived, and the train crew were cleared of any blame. But just 3 weeks later, Wayne faced another harrowing situation. It was 4:15 in the afternoon. He was waiting for a passenger train from central Auckland.
I walked over from the goods shed over to the platform to help the driver to turn the engine around. And I noticed a lady was on the loop waiting for the train or something. She was just mucking about, just standing there, just looked like she was just doing nothing, you know.
Wayne didn't pay too much attention to the young woman. He often saw people walk through the station yard. There is an overbridge, but many locals use the tracks as a shortcut, despite the obvious danger. Engineer Patrick Duff has worked for the railways since 1961. On this day, he was driving the number 31 passenger service to Henderson, where Wayne would help to turn the train around for the return journey. For Patrick and his offsider, Bill Sweeney, it was just a regular run.
We just left Sunnyvale, which is about probably 2.5 kilometres from Henderson. It was just an ordinary day, yeah, just a normal day.
At the station, Wayne saw the woman step onto the main line and walk towards the oncoming train.
Get off the line! Get off the line!
Patrick Duff and Bill Sweeney saw the woman from the engine cab.
It was about 500 metres out from Henderson Station. We could see that there was a person standing on the tracks, which isn't unusual. Quite often that people stand and use the railway tracks as a footpath.
In most cases, when you blow the air horn, though, people get out of the way. Once they hear it, they get out of the way smartly.
Pat Duff, the locomotive engineer, actually sounded the locomotive horn, and I thought, well, okay, Pat's been rather cautious today.
I sounded the air horn again, and long, and she made no attempt to move out of the way. And during this time, of course, the gap was closing all the time. We were getting closer, and she was walking towards us. And it reaches a stage where you know in your mind, experience does tell you, you know in your mind that she's just not going to move.
There's a train coming! Get out of the way!
I yelled out to her about 3 times, there's a train coming, and she just didn't, I don't know if she heard me or not.
There was no response from her, and at that stage Pat applied probably quite a good size reduction in the brakes, started slowing the train down.
In actual fact, she was walking towards a train weighing, in this case, approximately 150 tonnes, doing 70 kilometres an hour. An object like that can't be stopped in 3 feet.
When I heard the whistle the 3rd time, I knew the driver was in trouble. I knew he wasn't going to stop in time, and I was off.
While others on the platform froze, Wayne sprinted towards the woman. She was now running at the train. Bill Sweeney recalls what he saw from the cab 100 metres out from the station.
It was at that stage that I saw Wayne emerge out of the crowd on the platform, and she started running and we were coming at her. At that stage I thought, we're taking her out. she's going, you know. And Wayne just kept running, and he just kept going. At no stage did he look at the locomotive or hesitate about what was going to happen. I think Wayne just committed himself totally, that he put his life on the line. Well, I realised as soon as we stopped that she didn't know where she was. She was pretty incoherent, and what she was saying didn't make any sense.
Wayne not only prevented the woman being killed or maimed, he also saved the locomotive crew from a traumatic ordeal, the very nightmare that he'd lived through 3 weeks before.
On the day, I think I said something along the line like, "Well done, Wayne, you saved a life." It was very good. And thanked him for it, and because he saved us from a very unpleasant experience.
If she had been hit by the cowcatcher and thrown clear, she would have had pretty serious sort of injuries. But if she had gone underneath, I don't think the chance, well, personally, I think the chances of survival would have been very slim. Very slim.
It could have been her and me would have got hurt or even killed or maimed over a foolish act, really.
She'd closed down, you know, she was going to do it. And there was other people on the platform a lot closer to her that did nothing, you know, just stood there and watched. And I remember looking at them and they were just, oh no. But Wayne just kept running and running and running.
It was a relief to see someone taking some action for her safety, in this case Wayne, running towards her to obviously intent on getting her out of the way of the train. And of course he did, just in the nick of time.
I thought life is precious. You know, you'd be living today, gone tomorrow, you know. You enjoy the days while you got them.
Wayne Osborne still works at the Henderson Station, happy in the knowledge that he grabbed a chance to save a life on that same line. Coming up next week, the classic scene of a bus on a steep road when suddenly the brakes fail. Jim Cleaver has the lives of 40 passengers in his hands.
Thought to myself, either run into the bank or run into the bridge.